Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The act of flipping a coin. Look through a book or other written material. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. An acrobatic feat in which the feet roll over the head, either forward or backward, and return. Cause to go on or to be engaged or set in operation. Sports. The act of throwing the ball to another member of your team. Lightly throw to see which side comes up. I don't know what to do. I may as well flip a coin. Turn upside down, or throw so as to reverse. Flip over the pork chop. React in an excited, delighted, or surprised way. He flipped when he heard that he was accepted into Princeton University. Marked by casual disrespect. A flip answer to serious question. Go mad, go crazy. He flipped when he heard that he was being laid off. Throw or toss with a light motion. Flip me the beach ball. Toss with a sharp movement so as to cause to turn over in the air. Cause to move with a flick. A dive in which the diver somersaults before entering the water. A sudden, quick movement. With a flip of the wrist. Hot or cold alcoholic mixed drink containing a beaten egg. Move with a flick or light motion. The act of flipping a coin. Throw carelessly. Sports. The act of throwing the ball to another member of your team. Lightly throw to see which side comes up. Move or stir about violently. Throw or cast away. Throw or toss with a light motion. Toss me newspaper. Agitate. Toss the salad. An abrupt movement. A toss of his head. Look through a book or other written material. Throw or toss with a quick motion. Flick a piece of paper across the table. Cause to make a snapping sound. A form of entertainment that enacts a story by sound and a sequence of images giving the illusion of continuous movement. Shine unsteadily. The candle flickered. Flash intermittently. The lights flicked on and off. Twitch or flutter. The paper flicked. Cause to move with a flick. He flicked his bic. A light sharp contact, usually with something flexible. He gave it a flick with his finger. A short stroke. Remove with a flick of the hand. Touch or hit with a light, quick blow. Flicked him with his hand. Look through a book or other written material. She leafed through the volume. The main organ of photosynthesis and transpiration in higher plants. A sheet of any written or printed material, especially in a manuscript or book. Hinged or detachable flat section, as of a table or door. Produce leaves, of plants. Turn over pages. Leaf through a book. Look through a book or other written material. A Berber living in northern Morocco. A jazz ostinato usually provides a background for a solo improvisation. Play riffs. Look through a book or other written material. Stir up water so as to form ripples. A small wave on the surface of a liquid. Twitch or flutter. Shuffle. Playing cards, by separating the deck into two parts and riffling with the thumbs so the cards intermix. Shuffling by splitting the pack and interweaving the two halves at their corners. Look through a book or other written material. He thumbed through the report. A convex molding having a cross-section in the form of a quarter of a circle or of an ellipse. Feel or handle with the fingers. The thick short innermost digit of the forelimb. Travel by getting free rides from motorists. The part of a glove that provides a covering for the thumb. Be an understudy or alternate for a role. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. Do something in turns. Serving or used in place of another. Go back and forth. Swing back and forth between two states or conditions. Occurring by turns. First one and then the other. Someone who takes the place of another person. Every second one of a series. The cleaning lady comes on alternate Wednesdays. Exchange people temporarily to fulfill certain jobs and functions. Of leaves and branches, etc. First on one side and then on the other in two ranks along an axis, not paired. Stems with alternate leaves. A backless sandal held to the foot by a thong between the big toe and the second toe. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. A decision to reverse an earlier decision. A backward somersault. An electronic circuit that can assume either of two stable states. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. Mutual interaction. The activity of reciprocating or exchanging, especially information. The act of changing one thing for another thing. There was an interchange of prisoners. Give to, and receive from, one another. Put in the place of another. Switch seemingly equivalent items. Synonyms can be interchanged without changing the context's meaning. Reciprocal transfer of equivalent sums of money, especially the currencies of different countries. He earns his living from the interchange of currency. Cause to change places. Interchange this screw for one of a smaller size. A junction of highways on different levels that permits traffic to move from one to another without crossing traffic streams. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. Switch to a different brand of beer. Control consisting of a mechanical or electrical or electronic device for making or breaking or changing the connections in a circuit. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. Cause to go on or to be engaged or set in operation. Switch on the light. The act of changing one thing or position for another. His switch on abortion cost him the election. An event in which one thing is substituted for another. Make a shift to in or exchange of. First Joe led, then we switched. Exchange or give, something, in exchange for. Change over, change around, as to a new order or sequence. A basketball maneuver. two defensive players shift assignments so that each guards the player usually guarded by the other. A flexible implement used as an instrument of punishment. Flog with or as if with a flexible rod. Hairpiece consisting of a tress of false hair, used by women to give shape to a coiffure. Railroad track having two movable rails and necessary connections, used to turn a train from one track to another or to store rolling stock. Gear for a horse. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. Turn into the wind. The sailors decided to tack the boat. Nautical, a line, rope or chain, that regulates the angle at which a sail is set in relation to the wind. Nautical, the act of changing tack. Create by putting components or members together. He tacked together some verses. Sew together loosely, with large stitches. Fix to. Attach. A short nail with a sharp point and a large head. Fasten with tacks. Tack the notice on the board. Sailing a zigzag course. The heading or position of a vessel relative to the trim of its sails. An acrobatic feat in which the feet roll over the head, either forward or backward, and return. Do a somersault. An acrobatic feat in which the feet roll over the head, either forward or backward, and return. An acrobatic feat in which the feet roll over the head, either forward or backward, and return. A county in southwestern England on the Bristol Channel. An acrobatic feat in which the feet roll over the head, either forward or backward, and return. An acrobatic feat in which the feet roll over the head, either forward or backward, and return. Cause to go on or to be engaged or set in operation. Throw the lever. Convey or communicate. Of a smile, a look, a physical gesture. The maximum movement available to a pivoted or reciprocating piece by a cam. Organize or be responsible for. Have, throw, or make a party. Cause to be confused emotionally. Put or send forth. Get rid of. Be confusing or perplexing to. Cause to be unable to think clearly. Place or put with great energy. Utter with force. Utter vehemently. Throw accusations at someone. A single chance or instance. He couldn't afford $50 a throw. Bedclothes consisting of a lightweight cloth covering, an afghan or bedspread, that is casually thrown over something. Casting an object in order to determine an outcome randomly. He risked his fortune on a throw of the dice. Cause to fall off. Make on a potter's wheel. Move violently, energetically, or carelessly. Propel through the air. Throw a frisbee. The act of throwing, propelling something with a rapid movement of the arm and wrist. The catcher made a good throw to second base. Throw, a die, out onto a flat surface. To put into a state or activity hastily, suddenly, or carelessly. Throw the car into reverse. Move past. A black limousine passed by when she looked out the window. Eliminate from the body. Grant authorization or clearance for. A usually brief attempt. Success in satisfying a test or requirement. His future depended on his passing that test. Come to pass. Of advancing the ball by throwing it. A team with a good passing attack. Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life. A document indicating permission to do something without restrictions. The media representatives had special passes. Cuz to pass. She passed around the plates. Be superior or better than some standard. Transmit information. Pass along the good news. Go unchallenged. Be approved. Pass over, across, or through. Place into the hands or custody of. Sports. The act of throwing the ball to another member of your team. The pass was fumbled. Pass into a specified state or condition. Make laws, bills, etc. or bring into effect by legislation. They passed the amendment. A difficult juncture. A pretty pass. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. A permit to enter or leave a military installation. He had to show his pass in order to get out. Pass by. A bad or difficult situation or state of affairs. Travel past. The sports car passed all the trucks. Disappear gradually. The pain eventually passed off. American football. A play that involves one player throwing the ball to a teammate. The coach sent in a passing play on 3rd and long. Baseball. An advance to first base by a batter who receives 4 balls. The location in a range of mountains of a geological formation that is lower than the surrounding peaks. We got through the pass before it started to snow. An automatic advance to the next round in a tournament without playing an opponent. Go successfully through a test or a selection process. She passed the New Jersey bar exam and can practice law now. Be inherited by. Use up a period of time in a specific way. Any authorization to pass or go somewhere. The pass to visit had a strict time limit. Accept or judge as acceptable. The teacher passed the student although he was weak. A complimentary ticket. The star got passes for his family. A flight or run by an aircraft over a target. The plane turned to make a second pass. Allow to go without comment or censure. The insult passed as if unnoticed. Go across or through. We passed the point where the police car had parked. Military, a written leave of absence. He had a pass for 3 days. One complete cycle of operations, as by a computer. It was not possible to complete the computation in a single pass. Throw, a ball, to another player. Smith passed. Transfer to another, of rights or property. Our house passed under his official control. Turn upside down, or throw so as to reverse. Flip over the pork chop. Cuz to move around a center so as to show another side of. Turn up, loosen, or remove earth. Turn over the soil for aeration. Move by turning over or rotating. Turn over on your left side. Think about carefully, weigh. Place into the hands or custody of. Turn from an upright or normal position. Cause to overturn from an upright or normal position. Turn upside down, or throw so as to reverse. Turn over the pancakes. Do business worth a certain amount of money. React in an excited, delighted, or surprised way. Go mad, go crazy. Improperly forward or bold. An impudent boy given to insulting strangers. Marked by casual disrespect. The student was kept in for impudent behavior. Unrestrained by convention or propriety. The modern world with its quick material successes and insolent belief in the boundless possibilities of progress. Marked by casual disrespect. Marked by casual disrespect. Set the level or character of. She pitched her speech to the teenagers in the audience. Any of various dark heavy viscid substances obtained as a residue. Abrupt up and down motion, as caused by a ship or other conveyance. The pitching and tossing was quite exciting. Promotion by means of an argument and demonstration. An all-fours game in which the first card led as a trump. A sports field with predetermined dimensions for playing soccer. Throw or hurl from the mound to the batter, as in baseball. The pitcher delivered the ball. Heel over. Be at an angle. Sell or offer for sale from place to place. Erect and fasten. Pitch a tent. Move abruptly. A high approach shot in golf. Baseball. The act of throwing a baseball by a pitcher to a batter. Degree of deviation from a horizontal plane. The roof had a steep pitch. Throw or toss with a light motion. A vendor's position, especially on the sidewalk. He was employed to see that his paper's news pitches were not trespassed upon by rival vendors. Fall or plunge forward. She pitched over the railing of the balcony. Hit, a golf ball, in a high arc with a backspin. Lead, a card, and establish the trump suit. Set to a certain pitch. He pitched his voice very low. The action or manner of throwing something. His pitch fell short and his hat landed on the floor. The property of sound that varies with variation in the frequency of vibration. Throw or toss with a light motion. The atmosphere and outer space is viewed from the Earth. Make an uncontrolled, short, jerky motion. His face is twitching. Move with abrupt, seemingly uncontrolled motions. A sudden muscle spasm, especially one caused by a nervous condition. Toss with a sharp movement so as to cause to turn over in the air. Squeeze tightly between the fingers. Move or pull with a sudden motion. Neither feeling nor showing respect. Exhibiting lack of respect, rude and discourteous. Remarks disrespectful of the law. Examine or consider with attention and in detail. Please peruse this report at your leisure. To break and turn over earth, especially with a plow. Turn the earth in the spring. Twist suddenly so as to sprain. I turned my ankle and couldn't walk for several days. Pass into a condition gradually, take on a specific property or attribute, become. The weather turned nasty. Cause to move around a center so as to show another side of. Turn a page of a book. Undergo a change or development. The water turned into ice. Let something fall or spill from a container. Turn the flour onto a plate. Cause a plastic object, to assume a crooked or angular form. The strong man could turn an iron bar. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. We turned from socialism to capitalism. Pass to the other side of. Turn the corner. Have recourse to or make an appeal or request for help or information to. She turned to her relatives for help. Turning or twisting around, in place. A favor for someone. He did me a good turn. Change to the contrary. The tides turned against him. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is my turn. A short performance that is part of a longer program. A circular segment of a curve. Sports. A division during which one team is on the offensive. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. A movement in a new direction. The turning of the wind. An unforeseen development. Events suddenly took an awkward turn. The act of changing or reversing the direction of the course. He took a turn to the right. Go sour or spoil. The cream has turned, we have to throw it out. Accomplish by rotating. Turn a somersault. Alter the functioning or setting of. Turn the dial to 10. Become officially 1 year older. She is turning 50 this year. Cause to change or turn into something different. Assume new characteristics. The princess turned the frog into a prince by kissing him. Cause to move along an axis or into a new direction. Turn your face to the wall. Cause to move around or rotate. Turn a key. Change color. In Vermont, the leaves turn early. Change orientation or direction, also in the abstract sense. The mugger turned and fled before I could see his face. Channel one's attention, interest, thought, or attention toward or away from something. The pedophile turned to boys for satisfaction. Direct at someone. She turned a smile on me. Get by buying and selling. The company turned a good profit after a year. Move around an axis or a center. The wheels are turning. Shape by rotating on a lathe or cutting device or a wheel. Turn the legs of the table. Taking a short walk out and back. We took a turn in the park. The act of turning away or in the opposite direction. He made an abrupt turn away from her. To send or let go. They turned away the crowd at the gate of the governor's mansion.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.